students, myself is Dr. Rima Sinha. Presently, I am working as a associate professor in the Department of Pharmacy, Ramis Institute of Vocational and Technical Education, Greater Noida. This institute is affiliated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam University, Lucknow. Friends, this is my second lecture. In second lecture, I will discuss about the classification of antihistaminic agent. My lecture will contain classification of various antihistaminic agent like classification of H1 antihistaminic agent, classification of H2 receptor antihistaminic agents, and third classification of H3 receptor antihistaminic agent. Lastly, classification of H4 receptor antagonist. So, there is a basic 4 classification on the basis of receptor. Friends, last class we have discussed about the introduction of histamine, where I have discussed the structure. Just to see the structure of histamine. Histamine is endogenous substances which is present in our body. It is biosynthesized from histidine. Biosynthesized from histidine. We have this reaction we have discussed in last lecture. When histamine released from mast cell, these are the granules of histamine. When histamine released from mast cell, it mediates through various histamine receptor, that is, it mediates through either H1 receptor or it mediates through either H2 receptor or it may be mediated through either H3 and last H4 receptor. So, histamine binds with different receptor. So, classification is based on this interaction, like classification of H1 receptor antagonist, classification of H2 receptor antagonist, and third classification will be H3 receptor antihistaminic agent, and fourth is your antihistaminic H4 receptor antihistaminic agent. So, classification is based on the interaction of released histamine with various histamine receptor in our body. In your syllabus, there is 2 classification is mentioned, that is your H1 and H2, but I will discuss all 4 antihistaminic agent. You should know what is the H3 receptor antagonist and what is the H4 receptor antagonist. So, let us start with the classification. This is the introductory part which we have discussed earlier. Just to remind you, I have give the whole content. Now, here you see the classification of antihistaminic agent. First, you see the antihistamine is a class of drug that inhibit the physiological action of histamine. What are the physiological action of histamine? We have discussed in lecture 1. You go through the lecture 1, general histamine response. Just I am briefing you: bronchoconstriction, allergic, anti-inflammatory response when it binds with H1 receptor, when it binds with H2 receptor, then secretion of gastric juice, excess secretion of gastric juice. So, antihistaminic is a class of drug that inhibit the physiological action of histamines, right. Now, definition is clear. How it is classified? Antihistaminic is classified into two major subheading. First is your, you can say first, drug that inhibit the histamine release. You know histamine release from mast cell. So, drug that inhibit the histamine release. Second classification, drugs that inhibit the action of release histamine. जो हिस्टामिन रिलीज हो गया है, रिसेप्टर से बाइंड होकर एक्शन दे दिया है, उस एक्शन को एंटागोनाइज करेगा. सेकेंड कैटेगरी, दैट इज योर ड्रग्स दैट इनहिबिट द एक्शन ऑफ रिलीज हिस्टामिन. सी द वर्ड रिलीज हिस्टामिन. नाउ second classification, these action will mediate through 4 receptor H1, H2, H3, H4. So, there is a further sub classification of H1 receptor antagonist, H2 receptor antagonist, H3 receptor antagonist and lastly H4 receptor antagonist. These explanation I have discussed in content of this lecture also. Now, see the structure of first, that drug that block the histamine release is example of this category is chromoline sodium. You see the example of this drug which block the histamine release is chromoline sodium. Okay. See the structure of chromoline sodium. It inhibits the degranulation of mast cell, preventing the release of histamine. Now, second, drug that inhibit the action of release of histamine. First, I will take the H1 receptor antihistaminic agent. Here there is a 4, H1, H2, H3 and H4. Okay. So, first I will take H1 receptor antagonist, then we will go to H2 receptor antagonist, then H3 and H4. Okay. So, H1 receptor antagonist, H1 receptor antagonists are those drug, you can say H1 blockers are those class of medication that block the action of histamine at the H1 receptor, helping to relieve the allergic reaction. You know, when histamine bind with H1 receptor, it will give you allergic response and inflammation. So, H1 antagonists are those drugs which block the action of allergic response or inflammation. It is further classified into first generation. You see here H1 antagonist further classified into first generation and second generation. What are the difference in these two generations? First generations are sedative drugs and second generations are non-sedative drug. They are less toxic than first generation drug. They have less power to penetrate CNS. They can't cross the blood brain barrier. So, they are less sedative second generation drugs, like example of fexofenadine, loratadine. These are the example of second generation, and first generation example is diphenhydramine. These are the example of first generation. Now, these first generation drug, they are having general structure like X special group, and terminal nitrogen, right. On the basis of X, on this basis of these X, first generation drug will further subclassified into 7 category. It is further subclassified into 7 categories. You just see here, one is your amino alkyl ether, example is diphenhydramine. Here just I am giving the structure so that you can understand. On the basis of X, here aromatic ring, here again aromatic ring, X and carbon chain you can, and terminal nitrogen. Okay. This will be AR and this will be your AR 1. This is the general skeleton of H1 receptor antagonist. On the basis of X, X may be carbon, nitrogen or oxygen. On the basis of X, it may be further subclassified into 7 category like amino alkyl ether. If X is oxygen, यहाँ पर यदि ऑक्सीजन हो, then it is subclassified into amino alkyl ether. Example is diphenhydramine. Second, if X is nitrogen, in that case classification will be ethylene diamine derivative. Example is triphenamine. You see, if यहाँ पर N है, then it is ethylene diamine. If यहाँ पर O है, then it is amino alkyl ether. If suppose it is carbon, here also carbon, here also 2 carbon, that means propyl. There is 3 carbon, that means propyl. Then classification will be propyl amine derivative. So, depending upon the X, nature of X, either it may be carbon, nitrogen or oxygen. If it is oxygen, then the classification will be amino alkyl ether. Example is diphenhydramine, right. If it is nitrogen, in that case it is ethylene diamine. Example is chlorcyclidine. If it is carbon, then there will be 3 carbon. So, it is a propyl amine derivative. Example is your triphlodine phenyramine. There is another class which is known as cyclic basic chain derivative. Example is your chlorcyclidine, cyclidine, maclicyclidine, chlorcyclidine. These drugs are come under the cyclic basic chain derivatives. Now, phenothiazine derivative. Phenothiazine derivative, here 2 benzene ring will fuse like this by thiazine ring. This is the phenothiazine ring. This is the phenothiazine ring. Example is your promethazine. If we see the structure of promethazine in next slide, you will still notice the basic nucleus, that is your phenothiazine. So, this is your phenothiazine derivative. Another class dibenzocycloheptadines. Example is azatidine. Now, last category which is known as miscellaneous, that is your antazolene. So, these are the H1 receptor antagonists. drug with subclassification categorized in 7 category, and these are the example of drugs from each category. These drug whatever I have given here, that is your part of your syllabus. So, you have to remember the structure uses of these drugs. Now, we will move further classification. Now, it complete first generation H1 antagonist. Now, second generation H1 antagonist, these are the less sedative than first generation drug. Example is your cetirizine. Commonly you are taking cetirizine, loratadine, very popular drug, loratadine, cetirizine. This comes under second generation of H1 receptor antagonist. Now, second classification. Now, we have completed second classification, first category. Now, second classification, second category is H2 receptor antagonist. H2 receptor antagonists are those drugs which reduces the gastric secretion. Example is ranitidine, famotidine, cimetidine. They are having structure resemblance of histamine. Just I am giving the structure. This is, it contains imidazole ring, ranitidine, famotidine and cimetidine. Heterocyclic ring may be changed in these 3 cases, and ethyl side chain and terminal nitrogen. Similar structure you have seen with histamine. Just to remember, here carbon carbon chain and carbon carbon chain and terminal nitrogen. Okay. So, this is the structure of histamine. Just to compare this structure, this is the H2 receptor antagonist general structure and this is your histamine. Just to compare, both contain heterocyclic ring. In histamine it is imidazole ring, but in case cimetidine it contains imidazole, but in case ranitidine it contains furan. In famotidine it contains isoxazole. Here carbon chain is same and number of carbon chain minimum required for H2 receptor antagonist is 4, but in H1 number of carbon chain is required is 2 and there is terminal nitrogen. See, so it acts as a competitive antagonism. Now, we come to H3 receptor antagonist, that is your thiopyramide, and H4 receptor antagonist, that is your clobenpropide. So, these are the classification of antihistaminic drug. Again I am repeating, it is classified into 2 major category. First is your the drug which inhibit the release of histamine. Second category, drug which inhibit the action of release histamine. Second category, the drug which inhibit the action of release histamine is further classified into H1, H2, H3, H4 antihistaminic agent. Again H1 receptor antagonist is classified into 2 category. One is your first generation, another is your second generation. Second generation drugs are less sedative. They are also known as non-classical, non-sedative drug in compared to first generation. Just remember this point. First generation drug also classified into classical, non-classical. In some book you will find classical or non-classical. In some book you will find sedative or non-sedative. things are same. Then H2 receptor antagonist, H1 receptor agonist further subclassified into 7 categories depending on the nature of packs that I have discussed in last slide. After that H2 receptor antagonist, H3 receptor antagonist, H4 receptor agonist. So, these are the classification of antihistaminic agent. Now, see the structure one by one. I was taking the structure from first generation, that is your amino alkyl ether. First drug you see diphenhydramine, another drug is doxylamine, right. Compare these two structure, what you will find, here you see doxylamine, here methyl group is there, in case of diphenhydramine here H is there. So, just to notice the difference in structure, in doxylamine it is methyl group and is diphenhydramine it is hydrogen, and basic nucleus just to compare with what I told general reactions of antihistaminic drug like 2 phenyl ring, this was X I have written, and carbon chain and N methyl group, just I am writing here AR1 X, and this is carbon chain and this is terminal nitrogen. Just to compare with, this is the general skeleton of H1 receptor antagonist, you compare this structure with this, see AR1 X, it may be oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. If it is oxygen, then classification will be amino alkyl ether, and this is the carbon chain and this is terminal nitrogen. So, just to compare this structure with general structure. So, it will be easy to remember you. Now, we move to ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine you see here X is nitrogen, here X is nitrogen. If X is nitrogen, then it is the ethylene diamine, clear. So, see the structure of ethylene diamine. Example is triplenamine, it is used in allergic rhinitis, conjunctivitis. Diphenhydramine is used as antihistaminic agent, antitussive, smooth muscle relaxant, and doxylamine is used in cough, cold, allergic conjunctivitis. Now, we move to cyclic basic chain derivative. Here you see the 3 structure is there, cyclizine, chlorcycline and maclizine. Compare this structure, chlorcyclizine, here chloro group is there, cyclizine there is no chloro group is there, 2 benzene ring is combined with N methyl piperazine ring, this is your N methyl piperazine ring. Similar skeleton is chlorcyclizine, only difference is here chloro group is substituted in one aromatic ring which is known as chlorcyclizine. Now, maclizine, here you see methyl benzene is attached and the rest structure is same to chlorcyclizine. It is used in conjunctivitis, hay fever and urticaria. Now, propyl analogues, example is triphlolidine. This drug is active due to the presence of double bond. So, it exists geometrical isomers, here E isomers shows more activity than Z isomer. Here triphlolidine ring is trans to the pyrrolidine methyl group. So, it acts as a very active drug and E isomer shows more activity than Z isomer. Now, we will move to propyl amine derivative. Example is your phenindamine. It is most potent antihistaminic agent, but it is less active than promethazine. Promethazine contains phenothiazine ring. So, I will give the structure of this also. Generally, these drugs not produce drowsiness, it may causes mild stimulation. Now, cyclic ring system, that is your phenothiazine ring. So, see the structure, this is the phenothiazine ring and carbon carbon chain and terminal nitrogen. So, this is most potent antihistaminic agent This is used in seasonal allergic rhinitis and allergic conjunctivitis, that is your promethazine. Now, dibenzocycloheptanes, very important drug from this category is cyproheptadine. It is used in the bronchial asthma, allergic bronchitis, very severe skin reactions. And the next drug is azatidine. It is an azaisosters of cyproheptadine, in which here you see 10-11 bond, this bond is here not present. So, this bond is reduced. So, it inhibits histamine release and has bronchodilator property. If you compare these two structure, here you will not find double bond. That means, this position in 9, 10, 11, here this bond is reduced. Now, the miscellaneous, that is your antazoline. Next is your second generation antihistaminic drug. See the structure of fexofenadine, Allegra, which contain fexofenadine. It is used in the treatment of allergic symptoms such as runny nose, hay fever, watery eye, itching, sneezing. What are the response we have read in H1 receptor? It is very selective peripheral H1 blocker drug. Now, we move to loratadine. It is a long acting non-sedative tricyclic antihistaminic drug. It contains fused 3 ring, just it is known as tricyclic antihistaminic drug. Now, we will discuss H2 receptor antagonist, cimetidine. It is a very good drug. It reduces the stomach acid reducer, that is used to treat the and prevent the certain types of stomach ulcer. You see the structure of cimetidine. Here ring contain imidazole ring, just compare with histamine, okay. And it is also used to treat gastroesophageal reflux disease, GRD. GRD is what? When stomach acid backs up into the esophagus and causes heartburn. Next, you see the structure of famotidine. Here you see the basic nucleus is oxazole. Famotidine is used to treat and prevent the ulcer in the stomach and intestine. It is also treat condition in which the stomach produce the much acid. Such condition is known as Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. In this case, we are using famotidine. These all are H2 receptor antagonists. One more drug in your syllabus, that is your ranitidine. Here it contains which ring? Basic nucleus is furan. Okay. Last we have seen basic nucleus, that is your isoxazole, and before that we have seen imidazole in the case of cimetidine. Just to remember, there is a various heterocyclic ring present in H2 receptor, right. Now, this is H3 receptor antagonist. H3 receptor antagonists are very selective drug, very selective histamine H3 receptor antagonistic. They are capable of crossing blood brain barrier, and the side effect of these H3 receptor antagonists is weight gain. Thiopyramide, example is the thiopyramide. Thiopyramide is under preclinical development with Glaxo Wellcome for the treatment of short term memory impairment. It has also demonstrated antiarrhythmic effect in preclinical trials. So, it is a very important drug, thiopyramide. Some cases it is used as a anti-seizure agent, but this is under preclinical trials. And the last drug, that is your H4 receptor antagonist, and the example is your clobenpropid. So, these are the complete classification of antihistaminic agent, that you remember. First, it block the action of release of histamine. Next, it block the action of release histamine, that is further classified into H1, H2, H3, H4. H1 is further classified into sedative and non-sedative, then H2, H3 and H4. So, these are the complete classification of antihistaminic agent. So, next lecture I will discuss the structure activity relationship of antihistaminic agent. So, my next lecture will contain SR activity of antihistaminic drug. Thank you.